Okay, how much of your life is inside you already in your DNA, and how much of your life is learned? You know what I mean? How much of your life is in your DNA, and how much of it is learned through environment or whatever. And so what I mean by this, if most people probably understand, is that obviously it's not true that everything is written in your DNA as soon as you're born. Okay, a lot of racists or the far right try to do that. Like, oh no, we're all. But it's also true that it's not 100% of everything about you is learned either, and that's what the far left believes. And so, what is it? 50-50? I want a real, politically incorrect answer. And also, the way I see it, it could be a third thing. So it's like a kid who's born in to a Native American family in the middle of jungles of Brazil. Just randomly take him and have him, grow, have him be raised by somebody living in America who's middle class, right? The thing is, though, I think a lot of things that kid can learn, how much of it is in her DNA or his DNA. And then the third possibility is also how much of it is in your DNA, but it requires your learning to unlock it. Okay? Meaning, let's say two parents are professional cyclists, okay? And so in their DNA, probably have, good bicycling thing, And then their kid, they don't raise it. We have that kid raised by a family of swimmers. Now, could that DNA that made that kid really good at bicycling, or at least a little bit, because you gotta admit that a little bit of your traits are from your parents. So, if your parents were good bicyclists, you probably have some of that in your DNA, right? But then, is that now the DNA of the bicycling DNA? Or is it like some sort of gene just for athleticism, where even if the family that's raising you is not the same as the whole bicyclist, cyclists, freaking parents, biological parents, but this family, though, is a family of professional swimmers, and they teach you swimming. Now, what I want to know is how much of that is taught, how much of that. So, there's three possibilities. Either things are already written in your DNA and you could only improve on it. So, if your dad was good at bicycling, you have the potential for that, but you also can improve on it. Or the thing that's in your DNA that's for bicycling could be used for anything. So your genes are still, it's still in your DNA, where your genes have that bicycling gene, but instead of a bicycling gene, it's a exercise gene. Or third, nothing. You could be taught anything all over the beginning. Please, if somebody knows, please tell me, because I'm really curious. And I want the politically incorrect answer. I don't want to be pussies. Obviously, they're 100% one way or the other, obviously, but how much of it is one way? And what does it translate to? Because when it comes to behavior, okay, what if you had a parent who was a sociopath rapist? So, okay, would that, transfer to you? I don't know.